everyone, Kim here. I'm doing a 3-picture, 1-page layout of Mother's Day 2013. I'm making up the edges of the base with the black soot Tim Holtz. I'm not sure where I got this paper from. It was in my stash. Now this is a circular blending tool and I am using this for the first time, so I'm not so good at it. I'm going to go ahead and put some Wild Honey Distress ink in there as well to kind of tone down that black. And I'm just doing the right side, which you'll see why in a minute. Now I'm using the papers from the Amy Tangerine American Crafts paper stack that I just bought at Michael's. I just did a Michael's haul video on that, and I loved that love word, so I went ahead and tore that out. I'm just tearing up the edges, and I'm going to ink the edges with the black soot as well, but I'm not dipping my blending pen back in the ink. I didn't want it too dark. I just wanted to cover up that white paper. And I'm going to keep that at 8.5 by 11. And I'm going to cut the chevron paper excuse me, down to 3 inches and keeping it at the 8-inch length. And I really liked that orange color in that paper, but there wasn't enough of it in there for me, so I'm adding a little bit to the edges. Now if you wanted to, you could distress the edges with your distressing tool, but for this particular layout I wanted to keep it clean. Now here's the straws that I bought at Michael's, and again I just showed these on the Michael's haul, and you know, it's just really fun to put those on a layout. I wanted to do that on this one so you guys could see exactly what it was I was talking about from the haul video. And I did a long one, a medium, and a small. Excuse me. And I'm just placing them down there in that right corner for now. I'm not going to put them down quite yet. Now I have a stencil here that I just got, and it's a TCW by Bowser Designs. And I'm going to put use the black soot distress ink on that stencil. Now if I were doing a card, I would have taped that down. And that is Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist, and the color of that is Vintage Pink, and it has a little bit of a glitter to it, hence the Glimmer Mist name. And I'm just kind of spraying it all on that right side. Now I had my ceiling fan on, you know, above my head, so it was helping that dry a little faster. Otherwise I would have used my heat tool. So I'm going to place that right there. And I'm looking around my desk for what else I wanted to add. Now I really liked that black and white, which I thought was like a baker's twine, but it was a little thicker, so it was a nice surprise. But I thought, gosh, I have a lot of black and white on there, so let's add the pink and the black. Now this is something I just had an idea. You can take this with another piece and braid it, maybe with a ribbon, you know, braid it with a ribbon and put it across the layout. That would be really cute. Maybe I'll try that on another layout that I'm going to be doing over the weekend, hopefully. And that's just a little over 12 inches. I trim it up a little later, you'll see. And I'm just going to set it down there for now. And I really wanted to use these yellow flowers on this layout, but at that moment I didn't really see where I could put them. Now I went ahead and got my distress ink, my Tim Holtz distress ink, and it is called Picked Raspberry. And that's bringing out a little bit more pink in this layout. Now typically I would try to integrate the papers and the colors with what's in the pictures, but this time I did not, just because I really liked this paper. It just made me happy, and since this layout was about Mother's Day, I wanted it to be something that I desired to see. It ended up that the pictures look just fine though. Now you notice I'm putting one strip of ATG on here, and I do that just in case I need to move it, because I do change my mind a lot. And if I put too much tape, then I can't get it up off the paper, or it rips it, and then I get really sad. So I'm going to use my 1/8 inch tape hairs to put down that twine. That's score tape, if anybody's wondering. And I was thinking about putting another layer on, but changed my mind. Now, after I'd put down this second strip of score tape, I was going to put the pink twine on, and I realized that I'd put the score tape down crooked. So you'll see me here, I'm trying to kind of manipulate it so that they're side by side and not all wonky on the page. Now, these are journal tags that I bought a long time ago. They're K & Company name brand. And I was trying to decide where I wanted to put them. I didn't want to cover up that stencil too much. So I took one and I cut it in half. And I don't know why that side wouldn't come up, because there's no tape there. But anyway, I used my little Cricut tool. And that's where I'm going to be writing about my day. Now, the top one is longer than the bottom one. I did that intentionally. And I was thinking about putting one more down. I thought, you know, gosh, I really don't need it. That's plenty of space for me to write. And I couldn't really find the right color. Now I'm going to use my Glimmer Mist with this stencil on this bottom left side. And I haven't ever done this on a layout before, so I wasn't really sure how it was going to turn out. And I think maybe it would be better if I had to put some gesso down first, because you don't really see the stencil too much, but that's okay. Okay, I seriously tried to cut this myself and not use my trimmer, but I don't cut very straight lines. So I'm using my trimmer here. And that's much better. And I'm going to go ahead and trim up these other pictures as well. Now I have a Epson Artisan 725 photo printer, and when you install the printer onto your computer, it gives you what's called the Epson photo print, and you can do editing and cropping on it. So if you're wondering how I got the white edges around those pictures, that's how I used it. Now there's other programs out there, but I'm not savvy on all of them, so I'm sorry. Okay, so this is a stamp from Judikins, and it's a music stamp, and I thought it would be fun to add that just as something different. That's Heidi Swap Archival ink. And I wanted to put up a little bit up in that corner as well. But I wasn't at the right angle, so I didn't push down hard enough. Alright, so let's go ahead and put those straws on. And I use score tape for that. Now I had pre-cut the straws, but I kind of tossed them up at the front of my desk there, at the top of my desk, and they got all mixed up, so I had to recut them. You know, it's kind of a random embellishment to put straws on your layouts or your cards, but I really liked it. I think it looked cute. You could cut them not lengthwise, but so that they're in half per se, and they wouldn't pop up so much, but on a layout it's okay because you put them down in the sleeve anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the new blings that I got at Michael's, and you saw those if you had watched my previous Michael's haul. And yeah, that embellishment, I'm sorry, that bling went flying across my desk. So I'll have to pick that up later. There I am with the flowers again. Nope, not doing it yet. You know, these are the cutest little letters, words. They're sparkly, you know, like glitter paper, but they're sticky. Trying to get that one little spot out of there. I almost used the word remember, but I decided I liked to smile better. Back to the pictures. I wanted to get that a little bit more centered, so I sliced a little bit more of that off. Trimming up that twine, and I needed to put a title on my page. Now these are thickers, and they are white, so I was concerned about them, you not being able to see them. So what I did was I used my black soot distress ink, and I kind of distressed the edges of them. Now I should have started with the S at the right edge of the paper, but I didn't. So I went back and said, okay, let's do this the right way. This way the letters don't get all jammed up. And I did not distress ink the apostrophe, it was too small. And it's just going to say Mom's Day. Now I have to tell you the story about my Mom's Day. My husband had taken my mother-in-law out to dinner, and neither of my boys drove yet. So they took balloons that I had bought for my husband's birthday, which is in May, and they wrote Happy Mother's Day on them. And I had gone out to get dinner for all of us, and I came home and they had set this really fancy table, and my oldest son lit the fireplace, which was so sweet. It was really hot outside, but he wanted to you know, create the ambiance, and they set out a bottle of wine for me and our fancy plates, and we all sat down and ate. Now it was just fun. I'm measuring the pictures here because I wanted to do some matting, and I went ahead and cut it at 4.5 here. And then I thought, you know, I think I might want to lay that whole entire thing on the layout. So I tried it, and I didn't end up liking it. So I'm just going to go ahead and lay my photos on there, and then I'll trim it up. We have about 365,000 people in our town. And Mother's Day, whether it be breakfast or dinner, is crazy busy. So I'd rather just stay at home. I don't like to go out and hassle with that. I did have intention on putting some washi tape on this layout, but I just really didn't see where it would fit in. So I'm trying to use washi tape more often. I have a big bucket of it. Just placing my photos down there. And that is it. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions, love to hear your comments and suggestions as well. All right. Thanks so much. Have a great day.